Hey gang, welcome to this week's Local Marketing Institute Q&A session. We're very excited this week to have Larry Kim, who's the CEO of Mobile Monkey and the original founder of WordStream. He's going to be joining us to go over 5 new Instagram growth tools for local businesses. So I'm very excited that he's joining us here. We also have, as always, my co-hosts Ben Fisher and Jason Brown. Hi, guys.
Hey, what's going on? Happy Friday, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
And Larry, hopefully you can unmute and start your video here. We're going to be diving in. I know he's been incredibly busy here right now, and he's maybe having some internet issues. So we're hoping to dive in. I do want to let you know, if you want to get a hold of Larry, you can find him at mobilemonkey.com. And you can also get a hold of him at Twitter at Larry Kim. So without really much further ado, I'd like to just say welcome, Larry, and we're really excited to have you here, my friend.
Awesome. Thanks, Eric. Thanks for having me, everyone. And let's jump right in here. I'm going to can you see my screen here, Eric?
Not quite yet.
And how about now?
There we go. It's happening.
Awesome.
There we go. Unicorns.
Yeah, the unicorns.
I hope you like unicorns. All right. So thanks everyone for having me here. My name is Larry. I'm talking about how to grow your Instagram. Obviously, Instagram, super important platform for local businesses, especially in sort of these B2C verticals where, that's basically where your customers are probably hanging out, every day. And so before, jumping on all the hacks, I wanted to tell a little story here. And that is just that my Instagram is totally blowing up these days, like in a good way, over the last couple months. And I'm literally picking up many, many thousands of followers every day, organically with no ad spend. The activity on this thing, I'm not even a great Instagrammer. I've been kind of neglecting it for a couple of years now, and kind of using it like Facebook, where you post family stuff, kind of like Facebook. But I've kind of switched that around recently, and wow, it's like you can see here many tens of thousands of impressions and many thousands of profile visits, et cetera, et cetera. And it's not just visits. Thousands of people are direct messaging me through Instagram, like every week, and it's not complete random strangers. It's like pretty famous people, like supermodels. Like literally, supermodels are direct messaging me. Like not just one of them, like many of them are direct messaging me and asking to connect on WhatsApp and blah 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 and all this great stuff, and not just supermodels, like billionaires, like many of them, like multiple billionaires. They are reaching out to me on Instagram, and this one is from Grant Cardone. He's the star of Undercover Billionaire on I guess Discovery Channel, and basically you're probably wondering, like, what the heck? How is this possible? Like, how can we get on some of this action here? So basically, all these tips and tricks will be revealed today in our session. But before getting into all the hacks, I wanted to just share a little bit about myself. My name is Larry Kim. I'm known for creating a different company called WordStream back in my 20s. I started writing up a product in a bakery called Panera Bread. It was just some software, and that software was called WordStream. And we grew that company from literally nothing to over 350 employees, managing over $1 billion of ad spend for tens of thousands of customers worldwide. That was quite an adventure for me, as it was my first startup. And we were the world leader in Google and Facebook ads, or still are actually. I'm just not. That's not my day job anymore. We grew that business from literally nothing, like nothing. Like it was just me in a bakery to almost 75 million the year before last. And that was exciting. And we are Google's biggest advertising partner, like for SMB and local businesses. And the company was sold to Gannett, or was acquired by Gannett in 2000. It's 2 years ago by Gannett for $150 million, and that was awesome. And I'm working on my new company called called Mobile Monkey, which is a chat marketing platform which does various chat stuff for Messenger, SMS texting, web chat, but also Instagram. And that's what we'll be talking about today. All right, so enough about me. Back to our story. We're talking about the top 10 Instagram growth hacks of all time. And when we're talking about hacks, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Like, a hack is not, I don't know, work really, really hard. Like, that's not a hack. Like that's just like a truism, you know. A hack is kind of like these weird things where you spend a little bit of effort. It's kind of like a loophole that's not illegal. That when you do this, you have spectacular results, you know, nearly instantaneously, and that you can copy this for your own campaign. So that's what we're talking about today. My top 10 hacks for Instagram growth, and one of them is to try out these Clubhouse apps, like this streaming audio stuff. And it doesn't even have to be Clubhouse, because Instagram copied them already, and so did Twitter. LinkedIn's going to copy this. It's this notion of live streaming audio. If you haven't heard of this, it's kind of like one of these 80s style party lines where everyone would remember in the 80s, we would just have a group conference call with all your friends, because that's all you could do. Well, they're back. It's called Clubhouse, and you're just talking about shooting the shit and talking about whatever comes to mind, and people are coming and going, and that's really what it is. And this works on Twitter, and it works on Clubhouse, it works on Instagram, and all these platforms now.
And sort of your invites were coming from Clubhouse.
Yeah.
When you talk about all your growth from your followers on Instagram.
Right. Oh, yeah. So, I see you on Clubhouse all the time, Larry.
So this is exactly how I'm doing all this power networking during the pandemic. Like, how I'm meeting all these billionaires and supermodels. The answer is, you gotta jump right in. Do live streaming audio. Honestly, I'm not a live streamer. Like, I don't do a lot of this podcasting and video stuff. More of a blogger myself, but you gotta rip off the Band-Aid and jump right into the conversation. And here's me on a stage, talking about, I don't know, some entrepreneurial topic with Grant Cardone and all my friends there. And this was like literally me at 8 a.m. in the morning, like in my pajamas, half awake in bed, with many thousands of attendees. And this particular room had 24,000 listeners who tuned in for 6,475 hours of talk time. And eventually I started just doing these rooms by myself, like just, so the first picture in the kind of the round of the roster, or if you will, the stage, that's the person who opened the room and who's leading the discussion. And so, you start with joining other people's rooms, and later you just start your own rooms. And, generally, there's a bit of a slow build, but generally I can get this, Clubhouse isn't as popular today as it was, a couple months ago, but I'm still getting 500 to 1,000, listeners at any given time. I think that's still pretty interesting. And, just compared to the alternative, like, I used to travel like on an airplane, like going to events, talking about like, products and stuff like this. And it was hard, and you had to travel, and you had no idea who attended the session. You had no analytics and data, on that. And so basically, the main question here is like, well, how is this even related to what we're talking about with respect to Instagram growth? And the connection is through the direct messages. So on these applications like TikTok or Clubhouse, or like generally you can, there's a bio page that has this kind of information about you. And when you're talking or when you're doing funny stuff on these different platforms, like YouTube or TikTok, like they want to know who that person is. And so they check out your bio, and they typically click to the Instagram link, because that's where you have your photos. That's where you can kind of really learn about, the essence of this person. And so, many thousands of people actually do click on the bios of these things, and they try to figure out who you are and more about your business. And as you can see here, there's tons and tons of people who are direct messaging me every time I go on one of these live streaming audio platforms. And so that's the secret. Like you have to put yourself out there, and then, people will message you.
So Larry, a couple of questions have come in around that, which I think are good. So first of all, I think that the connection between Clubhouse and what you're doing with Instagram is fascinating on there. But there's a couple of questions that come in. One was saying, okay, so this is great for a personality, which you are, and people know you. But how does a local business participate in something like this? And how does a local, you're getting asked to be up on stage and to comment. How does a local business actually translate this into attention in their local area?
Oh my goodness. So it has to do with the topic of the room that you either participate in or that you lead. There's if you're a local church, there's all sorts of faith-based discussions happening on Clubhouse and on these other platforms. If you are a lawyer, like you can discuss pertinent legal issues, pertaining to, I don't know, changes in the tax law, or it's just you just need to think about what are the issues that are relevant to my business, that my customers are interested in learning more about. You can invite them to participate. You can send out an invite link, but it doesn't have to be such a closed setting. You can open it up to other people globally. I think it just does. It doesn't hurt. It just it makes
so dive into conversations that are related to your area of expertise, whatever that may happen to be within your business, is one thought. And then the other thing was just saying, hey, maybe you want to start something where you're inviting others to come in and join and hang out.
Sure, absolutely. Like just for my own usage, I know that there's a lot of conversations happening around real estate, a lot of personal finance topics. It's generally health, these types of topics, which are definitely local in scope. And so, continuing with our story here, number 9. So great. That's just one way of getting, literally thousands of messages. If depending on how hard you go after it, you're going to need a way to scale the kind of the response to all these inquiries. And so, what I've been using are these new tools called comment autoresponders. The way that these comment autoresponders are, it's basically, it's kind of hard to see here, but basically what someone is doing is someone is commenting on a post. And then what this new functionality in MobileMonkey and Instagram allows you to do is see how that's posting the comment. And now the page sends a direct message to the user through the Instagram direct messaging system. All right, so that's a new way of sort of taking the engagement from Instagram. Did you know that when you post on Instagram, you can include a link in the description? So if you have a local event, or if you want to have a kind of a local promotion on cakes, like 20% off for 4th of July or something like that, what you can do is you can say, here's a coupon code. If you want it, comment on the post, and I'll send you the offer. I'll send you a link to the order page. And this is a way of taking the free engagement that you're getting from Instagram, as well as other platforms, because like you said, you can go live on Facebook or go live on Instagram, and people will direct message you. So you take that free inbound inquiries and convert it into traffic and business and deals for your local business.
2 questions for you there really quick, Larry. So it appears that with the autoresponder that link in the DM is actually a clickable link, correct?
That's right. So I forgot to mention that. Like those buggers at I was going to say something else. Those buggers at Instagram, they make it really hard for people to move away from your Instagram page to your local business page by disallowing the presence of links in post descriptions, which is a pain in the ass, because nobody. I mean, people, what they say is see link in bio, but nobody ever does that. It's just so inconvenient. And so you absolutely can send links in the direct messages, and that they're seamlessly they're clickable, that people can click on them. The other benefit of this is it's like boosting a post for free. Okay, so because you're adding a call to action, asking people to comment on a post, that has the effect of dramatically increasing the reach and engagement of that post. So what we're seeing is that it tends to get 3 to 5 times more comments, and the number of impressions of that post can be anywhere from 3 to 20 times higher. Sometimes engagement begets more engagement, which begets more visibility, which begets more engagement, and around you go. And sometimes if it's a really interesting topic or a really interesting offer, you can get many comments. Yes, go ahead, Eric. I think
what you just said right there was absolutely key, because I want to reemphasize it, because what you're talking about here is saying that if you're on social media, I don't care if it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, when you are actually engaging the audience and having them respond back to you. So like for instance, let's say a local restaurant saying, hey, how many of you would like a coupon for 20% off, our margaritas this weekend? Put yes in the comments. Rather than just saying click here to get a coupon, right? That's a huge difference. If you were to say click here to get a coupon, you're just getting people to link to your site to get a coupon. But if you put, hey, how many of you would like to get a coupon for 20% off? Reply yes in the comments, or put margarita in the comments. That's going to boost the engagement. That's going to boost the exposure organically. And that's one of the key things I want to make sure that I think that's a huge tip that you just let out there.
Yeah, and so a lot of people actually do this already, but they do it manually. So if someone drops in a comment, they'll employ like an assistant to respond manually to those comments and send them the margarita coupon. What's new here, like within the last day or two, like literally last week, it came out on Wednesday. What's new here is that you can now automate the responses based on different keywords using third-party softwares like MobileMonkey. I just want to show you one of these. You'll love this, Eric. So this is like a screenshot from my Instagram app, and this is one of these posts where I attached one of the comment triggers on. Look at how so this is not a paid promotion. It has no promotion, 0% impressions from promotion. Okay, but of the 6,000 people who saw the post, 6,000. Okay, my normal is closer to under 1,000, but 69% of the exposure was from people who were not following me. Okay, they were not following me. So it's like people commenting. It's what you just described, but this is effectively, that's why I say how to boost a post on Instagram for free. Just add a call to action and see what happens. So that's killer. I think that this whole nonsense of see link in bio, I think that's nonsense. It's confusing and clunky for the user. It's not seamless. It's not an effective way of driving traffic to your website. In terms of the old way versus new way, it's direct message me. It's not clunky. It increases the visibility of your content, and it's super effective at driving traffic to your site. See link in bio doesn't do anything for you, literally. So stop using see link in bio. That's where we're in the post description. You say, if you'd like to learn more, see the link in the bio. Like that's literally the only way to do it until now. In terms of the number 8 Instagram marketing hack, that is to employ funnels within your Instagram. Did you know that you can get people to register for webinars or sign up for an email list from your Instagram direct message? That's crazy. Like it's not been possible until last week. And now what you can do is you can automatically reply when people direct message your Instagram page. So if someone messages you, what you can do is you can create these funnels that basically. So here's kind of the flow here. Someone's hits the message button, they message me with something. I can auto respond to them and send them down a funnel to try to convert that inquiry into a lead, something actionable. So if you're, I don't know, if you're a hairstylist, it's probably, why the heck are they messaging you? It's probably like, your hours, or they want to book an appointment, or, there's probably 2 or 3 things, like buckets of categories of stuff that they typically ask you. So why not, instead of having it just wait and languish in an inbox, why not just fill out the information and help them find that information themselves by setting up these funnels? This is, I think this is pretty amazing. And here's an example of an Instagram automation that I set up on my own Instagram account. It's like, hey, I'm the bot. What would you like to learn more about? So we do Instagram, Messenger, web chat, etc. So if someone clicked on Instagram, we can just tell them a little bit information about Instagram, and then get them to engage a little bit more. And then now we say like, oh, you want a gift, a free guide to how to do Instagram marketing. And then it's like, what's the email address where you'd like me to send the guide? So I've kind of flipped it around from just being purely informational intent to being more lead generational intent, where I'm now capturing like the user's email. And of course, you can set up an automation to then fire off an email to that email address, using whatever email program you wish to use. So setting it up, this is pretty simple. You would use something called Mobile Monkey.
Hey, Larry, before you dive into this, because I want you to dive into, I just want to make sure that we're being very clear. Hey, getting people to respond to you via direct message is a tactic anybody can do or organically within the platforms themselves. But setting up these kinds of bots and autoresponders and funnels, that requires the use of a third-party tool. In the case of you, something like a Mobile Monkey, correct?
Yeah. So just as an example, Eric, Facebook does this thing where they build new features into the platform, like scheduling of posts. Okay. Mm-hmm. But they don't even offer it themselves. So like, it's not like they do now, but it wasn't historically offered for many, many, many years. So you would have to use like a Buffer or Hootsuite to do that. Similarly, when it comes to all this messaging and messaging automation, this is like, it's an official, Instagram feature that's supported through a third-party API, and we are one of the inaugural launch partners of that technology.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You guys do a great job of this. I just want to make sure that the people watching this, the people watching it on recording, understand that the actual bot in itself, while supported by Instagram and Facebook and those things, is actually a third-party tool that you build those in.
That's right.
Okay.
In this case, it's Mobile Monkey because that's where I work. I've been working on this for like 3 years here. It's pretty simple. It's like flow charting. You set up this is called a welcomer message. So if someone direct messages you on Instagram, you can create content to automatically send to the user, and buttons to press on and things to fill out, just like how you would create a web page for people who visit your website. So my number 7 hack here has to do with auto replying to story mentions. Okay, so wow, if you're trying to grow your Instagram account, it's frustrating because it's like chicken and egg kind of problem. People need to see your content in order then people need to engage with it. And then people need to follow you. It's just a lot of hoops that people need to jump through. And one of the ways to grow, Eric, is to get people to share your content on their stories. All right. So if you start sharing my content, Eric, on your story, oh my God, then I'm going to get so many more followers because, it's kind of like an endorsement. You're kind of endorsing, this as being something cool. The people who follow you are going to see this like in their when they're browsing their stories. And so the question is like, how do we get more stories? Like all these local businesses like bakeries and hairstylists and all this stuff, like, of course they're posting to Instagram, with the hope that people think that the thing that you're posting looks cool and that they'll share it. Okay. That's the hope. Otherwise, like why create the content, if not for it to be consumed by as many people as possible, correct? So the problem is like nobody really shares stuff on Instagram. It's rare. Like if I get like 50 comments and 100 likes, I'll maybe get 1 or 2 shares. But that's it. So the share is the hardest the hardest thing to get on Instagram, because it's like Vulcan mind trick. You have to kind of make them want to do the thing that you're hoping for them to do, right? Well,
Right.
now what you can do is you can add a call to action in your content. Okay, you do a giveaway, a contest. You just say, here, I'll give you. It's called automated replies. Automated replies to Instagram story mentions in Mobile Monkey. So, I'll give you an example. We're giving, 10% off men's haircuts this weekend at this barbershop. Just share this post and tag me in it, and I will send you the 10% off coupon. Okay, so that's a giveaway. Okay, you're kind of giving a call to action, asking people to sing for their supper. Like, I'm not just going to give you the coupon code like in the feed. You have to do a little bit of work, and then I'm going to give you a lot of value. It's just a slight paradigm change, which was not really done that often because it was such a pain in the ass to manually follow up on these things. Do you follow? But now you can set up these automations that where if they share your content and tag you, you can send them back whatever you want. It could be like anything at all, like exclusive access to some local concert, blah blah blah. Whatever you want to give away, a hat. You could give away a hat and
or a free pint at the local microbrewery.
You got it. Another thing you can do with this is ask for reviews. Okay, because with local reviews, it's not about getting reviews. It's about getting good reviews. Because like a review that's mediocre will just kill you. So what they do is, what some of our customers are actually breweries. So you just kind of spurred an idea here. One of my brewery customers here is asking for reviews, but only for people who share their content. And their thinking is those are the ones who are most likely to write the review, but just didn't know that they were supposed to, and B, they're most likely to give the 5-star review. So this is it's an incredible, powerful customer segmentation tool. It's an engagement tool. You just have to use your creativity and know how to employ this thing. I notice we're kind of bottom of the hour here already with very little time. I'm not.
That's okay. That's okay. Keep rolling, Larry.
So Instagram keyword triggers. So you can kind of customize these automations based on different words that people direct message you. So I'm sure you've seen those things where it's like, vote for Larry, text vote to 12345. So like you can do that same thing in Instagram where if you want to give away an offer, you can say, message me the word, inbox. So if you direct message me the word inbox, there's actually an automation set up on my Instagram that will send you information on how to get all these Instagram tools. So there's all these sorts of platforms like podcasts, like webinars, where you want to direct people to be able to get some resource. Like if you're doing an Instagram live or a Clubhouse room or a video, like video content like a reel or IGTV on Instagram, you could put a call to action saying, direct message me this word and we'll give you something, and then you can set up these automations to deal with that. A couple other ideas of things that people are using, they're using Instagram to collect SMS opt-ins for texting purposes. So like in Instagram, you just ask them, do you want to get periodic updates, via SMS updates? That's one. Another one is just connecting, not just to Instagram messaging, but also other channels. So typically, you might be getting inquiries through website chat. You might get inquiries through Facebook Messenger, Instagram. Some businesses have the ability to do in and outbound texting. So we can do that. We can provision you a number so that you can do texting. And one of the cool things about Mobile Monkey is that we have this thing called the Omnichat Inbox. It's kind of like an inbox that shows all of the messages that people are sending you from all these different sources. So if someone messages you on Instagram, it's just like there's so many of these little buckets of messages for your local business, and
does Mobile Monkey also support Google My Business direct messaging?
Oh my goodness, that's coming. Like we're working on like Google My Business, we're working on WhatsApp. So it's a very exciting. You know how like Hootsuite was like you could create content and post it everywhere. Do you remember that? Like this is kind of like the same for messaging. Like we'll set up the messaging automations for all these different platforms, and I'm very excited. We're adding more like every quarter.
So just to clarify on this, I want to throw this out here. Certainly, I know that local businesses especially are overwhelmed with direct messages they're getting from all these different platforms, whether it's, like you said, whether it's text, Facebook, website, chat, Instagram, whatever, Google My Business,
Twitter, LinkedIn,
right? And so the unified inbox from all these chat is fantastic. But I think what you're saying here is then you're doing that, but on top of it, then
automation.
You're adding the chat automation and chatbot functionality that could go omni across all those channels as well. Correct?
That's right. So me personally, like I know I'm not technically a local business. I get, we're a software company, so we sell globally, but I get many, several thousand inquiries per day through these different channels, and I don't even answer any of them. It's all automated. We just set up like some ways to help them find the information they're looking for in an efficient manner, and we think that's better than having a manual human go through the stuff, and maybe they get it right, maybe they send it in the wrong place, maybe they don't even see the message. It's quicker, cheaper, better, even increases engagement of those accounts. So yeah, that's you're exactly right. And it's all of our customers, they're all local businesses, because the companies that care about, I mean, if you're doing like, tax laws between companies, like that seems more of a B2B thing, like corporate, stuff. Like if your company is a B2C, like where you're selling to, Johnny or Sally, like that, then those people are on Instagram. Those people are texting. Those people are using WhatsApp or Instagram or Messenger.
And actually, Paul in our feed actually said that he says he finds his younger market and even employees are using TikTok and Snapchat. Are the DM platforms as robust on those platforms as we're finding on like Instagram or WhatsApp or Facebook?
So TikTok. So TikTok is kind of one of these interesting communities where they have this kind of love-hate relationship with Instagram, because all of the direct messages that happen on TikTok ended up kind of going to Instagram anyways. So like, how like in Clubhouse you had a profile and it could link to your Instagram, and that's what everyone does. They just click on the profile, click on your Instagram, and they direct message you on Instagram. People have been conditioned, like, Instagram has sort of this DM culture. Have you ever heard anyone say "slide into my DMs"? So like it's like Instagram is where you get to meet people through the direct messaging. Facebook doesn't have that culture of this getting random direct messages from people but Instagram does, and so for a lot of these, not Snapchat, but for TikTok, if you cover the inbox on Instagram, you actually cover the TikTok audience, because
So wait a minute. You're not saying that TikTok uses Instagram for its direct messaging, because it doesn't have its own direct messaging system.
It does, but it also, in the profile, there's a link to the Instagram page. And when someone wants to reach out to you, they don't leave a message on TikTok. It's just such a dumping ground. That's sort of the, I mean, this is you'd have to talk to a teenager, and you know,
I have a couple of those
to you know, survey them and like, how would you get a hold of this influencer or this business, and they would tell you this, that they would go to navigate to the Instagram. It's a little counterintuitive, but yes. So just kind of wrapping it up. You know, it's actually not a beta. This slide is a little bit, couple weeks out of beta. It came out of beta last Wednesday, and it's like Instagram's allowing any profile with between 10 and 100,000 followers can use you know, Instagram. They're permitted to use direct messaging automation, and you know, through a partner like Mobile Monkey, and then on July 1st they're going to open up for companies that have 1,000 to 100,000 followers, and then on August 1st they're going to open up to everyone, like, you know, even 1 follower to 1 million followers. So that's kind of the rollout. They're just doing this because it's a new technology and they don't want to blow up everything. They want to, you know, do it in stages. So just wrapping things up, thank you everyone for joining me on this epic journey from donkey land to unicorn land in terms of Instagram engagement. We talked a lot of different tactics and strategies, including you know, using these social audio networks as this really clever way to do business networking and to build your stature in your community. We talked about building out Instagram you know, bots to increase like engagement on your posts, to respond to user inquiries in a timely manner without having to employ costly staff. We talked about getting your direct messaging, like extracting valuable customer data from direct messaging, like such as, you know, emails and phone numbers, and asking for permission to re-engage so that you can, you know, turn the Instagram has such an abundance of free engagement and visibility, but only now it's the easiest time ever to convert that into emails and you know, phone numbers to conduct business with. We talked about you know, if this indeed works with you for Instagram, you could replicate the strategy across other messaging channels like Messenger, SMS, web chat, etc. And that these tools are, you know, just available last week. So you probably the first business on your block, you know, to do this, and you know, in social, it's like whoever's first is the coolest. So and they tend to get the lion's share of the benefits. So that's everything. Thank you so much. Local Marketing Institute, Ben, Jason, Eric, any other questions from you guys?
Yeah, we do have some more questions if you have a few more minutes here for us.
Yes, of course.
So Stephen asked, and this is earlier on into the into the session, so we've talked a little bit about this, but maybe it's good to revisit it. It says, if you get all these followers on Instagram, Clubhouse, whatever, how do you actually then monetize that for a local business? Do you have any examples or ideas?
So that's actually been the subject of this whole thing. Like, I mean, my point is like, why the heck are you spending time on Instagram or Facebook with that, you know, unless it's to monetize those users into, you know, either foot traffic or orders or sales for your local business. And it's just very hard to go from like a stream of pictures to, you know, instant profits. Like, you know, there's got to be kind of a bridge to get people from like, you know, scrolling through your pictures to buying your stuff. And the bridge is direct messages. That's the glue that connects, you know, just high level engagement to actual deals and sales for your business. And so that's unfortunately has historically been a clunky manual process, but I hope that you could see in the slide deck and the presentation that now you can actually kind of structure almost like a mini web page within your direct messaging platform to get people off of Instagram and onto your, you know, to call you or to visit your other owned and operated web properties.
Great. So here's another question we had, which I thought was good. To make this successful, is it a prerequisite to have a large following on one of these social media platforms? And to get a large following, is that a prerequisite that I've just got to post almost daily to these platforms?
So the benefit, like what I've found is that these tools supercharge engagement. So if you have 100 followers and your typical post gets, one comment, okay, what this will do is it'll take it up to, 4, 5, 6, like it'll have a meaningful, many times, like 300, 400, 500, 600% increase in post engagement. So yes, on one hand, this is more valuable if you have a better starting point. But I could make the alternate, the glass half full way of looking at it is saying like, well, say you only have 100 followers on your Instagram page. Like, how the heck are you going to get to 200 or 400? How you got to get the ball rolling. And I just think it's just so damn difficult to do it without some of these hacks to give you the algorithmic assist. Eric, can I show you one post here? So this guy, he's one of these guys, Sora, influencer, Instagram, Sora. Okay. So some guy, okay, he, and you won't be able to hear it, but I just want to show you this. He posted a comment. He posted an Instagram reel, okay, about Mobile Monkey. He just said, there's these 3 new features in Instagram that you can use with Mobile Monkey, but 1, 2, and 3. But then he added a call to action on this post. He said, by the way, if you share and tag me in this story, see here it is. Share and tag me, and I'll give you this ebook worth $999. Okay, like it's crazy. Like he got 1,000 shares of this post. Okay, 1,000 shares. He's never gotten 1,000 shares of anything in his life.
So let me turn that into a local business. Okay, guys. I don't care if you're an attorney. I don't care if you're a brewery. I don't care if you're a church. I don't care if you're a auto repair person. I don't care what you're doing. If you could do some sort of offer and say, hey guys, I'm going to tell you about let's go back to the microbrewery, right? Hey, I'm going to tell you about our newest sour we just created, and here's what it is. And it's one of our breweries here just did one that is supporting breast cancer awareness. So it's a really great thing. If you'll share this with your network, we'll give you a coupon for a free pint of this beer.
Oh my God,
They had, in just a little local community here of 15,000 people, they had 5,000 shares.
So that's how you grow. Now, the problem with that, like if you don't use automation, then some poor schmuck has to go and message people like 5,000 times.
Right. Yeah. So they weren't using an automated chatbot, so they actually had to manually go in and do all this. This is where something like what you're talking about with Mobile Monkey or something like that could help automate that process.
You got it. So look, to the caller who said, is this only valuable if I have 100 followers or a small account? And I'm like, well, this is like the most leveraged way to grow, irrespective of your account size.
So here's another question from Emily. Says, I've seen the most Instagram follower growth when Instagram accounts get past 10,000 followers before the algorithm changed in 2017. What do you recommend for growing accounts that are newer, aside from posting regularly and engaging with followers? I think the answer is almost going to be the same here. It's the whole DM/share call to action, right?
Yeah, you got to structure the content that you're creating so that you're providing some value, but then you're always adding a little call to action where you're offering to share a little more value if they sing for their supper, if they direct message you, if they share, or if they comment. So whatever the local business is, like whether it's like beers or attorneys, there's got to be some way to structure the content in a way that 50 or 60 or 70% of the value is given up front, and 30% is kind of on reserve for the engagers.
Makes sense.
It's kind of like in marketing. You would never run a campaign that didn't include a call to action. Like that would be crazy.
Right. And I see tons of businesses who are just posting to social and expecting people to magically engage with them. I think everybody needs to think about, hey, if I'm going to post, if I'm going to send out an email, if I'm going to do an ad, if I'm going to do a social media post, I got to think about what the call to action is. What do I want people to then do based upon that? I think that's huge. That's huge, Larry.
It's never been possible to do this on Instagram before. And that was by design. Like they made it freaking impossible to get the traffic off of there. But now I see a way forward using the direct messages.
Question here. Do you have any timeline on when Mobile Monkey might support both Google My Business and Twitter direct messages?
Oh, this is our moonshot, is to get both of those done by the end of the year. The challenge is it's just, there's just more stuff to do than time of the day, but we're working on it. Yeah.
Another question came in. Do you guys support multi-location? So I guess it's going to become even more important when we talk about Google My Business, but do you support multi-location like Facebook pages, for example?
Yeah, of course. So you can have, 10 locations or whatever. That's cool. Like we have an easy ability to manage multiple different, related companies. And we have this notion of templates. So like the businesses are kind of similar, but there's like some customizations, like the address and phone numbers and hours. So you could, roll one template and then not start from scratch. You would be just filling out the blanks, and then you'd have like a functional like content for many locations without having to do it 10 times or whatever.
Nice. Well, great. Larry, you've been very gracious with your time. I appreciate it. Ben, Jason, any other questions that you guys have about this?
No questions, really. I mean, just more of a statement and how this really helps local businesses, right? So with the chatbot automation and what you're doing on Instagram, I think you're short-circuiting a couple different things. The first thing is return on investment, right? Being able to put a link that is actually clickable and that has intent behind it into a DM is perfect, right? Because you can also put in any kind of analytics codes on it as well, and you can track those back through your entire funnel. The other thing I like about it too is that it saves a local business entrepreneur the biggest commodity, and that's time. And Instagram has always had this kind of allure that you can definitely get a lot of followers and a lot of engagement, but it takes time to do this. So then that's the nice thing about the kind of the automation that goes behind this, is that now it's kind of giving you no excuse. If you can get on Clubhouse or anything like that, which I'm a big supporter of. I mean, we saw each other there, Larry as well. I have 2 shows a week, right? But they can really generate this by being thought leaders. They can go ahead and absolutely get some exposure and track it back to real metrics. So great stuff.
Appreciate it. See you on Clubhouse.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you joining us, Larry. This is good stuff. I think the number one thing coming out of this in my mind is, if a business is going to be doing anything on social media, work at a way to getting people to respond in comments or respond in a share to be able to get access to some value. And that's going to exponentially grow it. And then obviously a tool like yours can certainly help manage that and reduce the time involved with all that. So appreciate all your time, Larry.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Jason, Ben. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Cheers. Bye-bye.